Hi, my name is Chinye. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to speak about 6 things you can do in the Gambia as a tourist. Let's get into it. So let's start with the most active thing and then we go slow. So the first thing you can do in the Gambia is surfing. Surfing is something I tried one time, but I would definitely do it again. Let's roll the clip. So you can do surfing in the Gambia. I think there's more than one place where you can do it. But the one I went is called Surf Black Alkaline. It's in Senegambia. The guy who gives you the surfing lessons, I'm laughing because I'm thinking about it. The guy who gives you the surfing lessons, do I remember his name? I think I forgot it, but I follow him on Instagram. Let me see. Oh, his name is Umar Diallo, if I have to believe the Instagram. So he has Instagram. It's called gam/surf/black/alkaline, or underscore. I'm just gonna put it here. So you can see like what he does on his page, and like he's a very energetic guy. He also is there every day, and you can just hit him up, discuss your price, and then you can do surfing lessons. I really want to tell you how much I paid for the surfing lessons, but honestly, I forgot. And you can just negotiate with him. Just give him the price that you are willing to pay and let him see if that's enough for him. He also gives group surfing lessons. He's also really good with the children. They also surf with him. And not only does he teach how to surf on those longboards, but also on those little ones. He is very, I want to say patient, but I'm laughing because in order to make this clip, he gave the phone to some kid on the beach who needed to film it, but he was not happy with the way he did it. So he kept screaming to the kid all the way from the ocean back to there, and he kept getting annoyed. But to me, he was very patient. I did manage to stand up without falling a few times, not too much. He said most people can't get up even one time, so I was already happy. And the surfing lessons, I will just put the information here and you can do it. It's very fun and very easy. You can wear whatever type of clothing you want to wear. I was wearing my leggings and a long t-shirt with long sleeves and my hijab. But you can wear whatever you want to wear. So you can definitely do surfing and be a cool girl or a cool guy out there. The second thing you can do in the Gambia is kayaking. Okay, let's roll the clip of this beautiful experience. So the kayaking, you can do it at Tangi. Right when you enter Tangi, you have this bridge, and on the left side of the bridge, if you're coming from turntable side, you will have Gambia Kayaking, and it's in Tangi. You can find them also on Facebook. It's a very beautiful experience. Usually you go with an instructor, and the instructor goes on the back because the person who's on the back is the one who does most of the steering and the guiding. If you have an instructor, be lucky, because I also went by myself one time and it was very heavy. And I also went with 2 people, but just with my friend who was also unexperienced, and it was even more heavy. So if you want to truly enjoy the nature, the animals, I would say just go with an instructor because he does most of the heavy work. So what you will see is different types of animals. You will see different types of birds. You will see some of the birds will also go inside the water. It almost looks a little bit like a snake. And then you will see a lot of birds coming together and nesting. Then also you have their monkeys. You have monkeys there. I didn't expect them, but they are also in the trees. So if you're lucky, you're gonna see a monkey. It's very peaceful there. There's not many people around. You do have a little village on the side, and that's where you see the children. They live in that village. So they also come out to swim with their floating beds in the water, and they're so cute and friendly. When you go at the kayaking trip, they will stop at this island after a while. And it's an island where you can sit, you can rest, you can go to the toilet, you can eat a sandwich or whatever. It's nothing fancy. It's just a small island with some trees, and then they put some seats there. I think the whole kayaking trip takes about 1 to 2 hours. It really depends on how fast you're going and who's in your group. And how long you rest at the spot, but it can take like 1 to 2 hours, maybe even 3 hours. And they also host full moon trips. So they come out when the moon is out. And I haven't been on that, but just the idea of it sounds very beautiful. The price of the kayaking, I wish I could give it to you, but I'm not sure what it costs. I went for free the first time, and then the second time I also went for free, but I did pay for my friend. I paid 1,000 dalasi for my friend. I'm not sure if that's the real price or if it was a friend discount, because I knew someone there, but you can just text them on Facebook and ask them what the price is. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so the next thing you can do in Gambia is horse riding. Roll the clip. Okay. So the horse riding is something I have more information on, because that's something I did every day. I made it part of my routine. I really had a schedule of like waking up, going to studies, going to horse riding classes. So it was just really a sport or a hobby I did. The way I got into the horse riding was actually I manifested it. I was walking at the beach one day, and then one of my now teachers asked me if I wanted to like pet the horse and stuff like that. And then we spoke a little bit, and I actually ended up getting classes from him. I don't know if there are any official places to ride a horse in the Gambia, but that's how I got into it. Gambia is a very free country, very flexible. If there is a way that they can accommodate you, they will do it. It's not like other maybe European countries, or maybe even in America, where if you want to do something, there's like a whole paperwork you need to fill out and like rules and regulations. If you want something in Gambia, always go after it. Just ask them, and 90% of the time they will say yes. If you want to learn how to ride a horse, you can always ask one of the beach guys if they want to teach you. If you go to the beach around Senegambia or around Bijilo, around Kasumai, which is a hotel, then you will find local Gambians who own a horse, and they give out trips to the tourists for entertainment. So since they already own a horse, and since they already are trying to make money with the horse, you can ask them, can I have horse riding lessons? Just go to the person you find a connection with, negotiate the money, and you can get horse riding lessons. Like I said, it's not as regulated as in other countries. So that also means that if you have any injuries or stuff like that, you cannot expect them to do anything about that. So it's at your own risk to ride the horse. So the horse riding lessons I took were usually about 1 to 2 hours. What we would do is we would go to the stable, usually get the horses from another place where they sleep, get them to the stable, take care of them a little bit. And then I would go all the way down for a few kilometers, and then I would come back. And then we would train different types of things like the galloping or whatever I needed to work on that day. I would ride a stallion, which is a male horse, and they tend to be a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more, you really need to take control, especially when you are a woman. They will feel that you are a woman, and they will not listen to you unless you really show dominance. So if you want to ride a horse, I would say you can do it, but you have to do it very intentional and know that It is not the most easy or the most safe sport to do. And you really need to dedicate yourself to it. And then, like I said, also taking care of the horse and everything that comes with it. Really build a connection because it's an animal, a very spiritual animal. About the price, I have paid different prices. I'm gonna think what is a good amount to negotiate with. So I calculated the price for you to see what is a reasonable price to ask. I think that if you can give them 4,000 dalasi per month, which is like 50 euros, to ride 3 times a week, I think that is an acceptable offer you can make. But every person is different, so maybe they find that too less. That can also be possible. I know some of y'all want to know numbers, so that's the number I would give. So now we discussed a little bit of the more active things. Let's go to a little slower. So another thing you can do in the Gambia to have fun is rent a bike. Roll the clip.
Je hebt in Gambia geen fietspaden, dus je moet rijden aan de zijkant van de weg. But you know, it's the adventure.
I would say I recommend it, but also I don't. I recommend it because it's a very nice way to get from A to B in a way that you don't have to walk everywhere or you're not dependent on a taxi. And then when you bike, you can also see more things, like go to more places that you've never been before, like little streets and things like that. Why I say I don't recommend it is because Gambia is a very sandy country. So there's also a lot of streets you cannot go inside because it's just too sandy to bike. Your bike will not go through there. Your tires will get stuck. And then I also don't recommend it a little bit because there's not bike lanes, like in the Netherlands. In Gambia, so you will have to bike on the road, and biking on the road next to cars is not always the most safe situation. I did do it because I'm just a girl like that, but not everybody feels comfortable with it. And also cars are not always super happy with it. Sometimes they will honk at you. But there's also locals who I see who bike on the road, so you can do it. And then also I wouldn't 100% recommend it is if you're a girl and if you're you like to wear dresses and skirts, then obviously you cannot jump on a bike. So a lot of the times I had to fit my clothes based on my mode of transportation, so it's not very handy. And also a lot of people would look at me. I don't know if it's because I'm a girl that's biking or just because I'm a foreigner who's biking, or just because of I'm biking in itself. But like a lot of Gambians would really look at me like it was something extraordinary to see. If you want to rent a bike, there's only one place that I know. Send me a private message if you want to bike, because then I will send you the number of the guy, because I don't want to be broadcasting it here to everyone. I'm not sure if he wants that. But you can also go to him because he is at Senegambia. If you walk at the Senegambia tourist strip, a little bit to the middle where the Q-Cells station is, right? You have some benches and he's usually just sitting there, and also his bikes are usually there. It's, if you know that mosque at Senegambia, it's also there. So you can find him. Just ask around and you will find him. Let me see what his name is. His name is Omar. So ask around for Omar and you will find him. Omar or Daniel. I see here. Wait, I said Omar or Daniel, but I have no idea who these people are in my phone because I thought his name was Boubacar. I don't know, just ask for Boubacar, and then if they don't know him, ask like, where is the guy who rents bike here at Senegambia? Then I also see in my phone some other person who is renting bikes, apparently, who I contacted. And that was a bit more professional and also more expensive. His name is Haruna. He does rental per hour, per day, and per week. Or even a whole month, he says. So a whole day with Haruna is 450 dalasi. 1 week is 2,100 dalasi, and 1 month is 8,400 dalasi to rent a bike. That's like €5 a day. It would be like 25 euros a week. And if you would do the monthly option, that would be 100 euros per month. So for me, like a Dutch girly, that seems like a lot of money, because in the Netherlands for 20 euros, you can buy a bike, like a second-hand bike. You can get, you can get that for 20 euros. So to be paying like 100 euros to rent it for a whole month, that seems just crazy to me. But if you want that number from Haruna, you can also send me a message. I will give it to you. But for me, the best one was the Abubakar, if that was his name, because he was more flexible with the prices. Also, the bike there, it didn't have like around the chain this protection. We do have that in the Netherlands, and I now see why you have that, because my pants kept getting stuck in the chain. So that's annoying. It ripped one of my pants. It can also like hurt your leg. Do look at that, because they have different bikes, so you can choose which is the most comfortable. But I didn't pay attention to things like that. I just looked at the way it looked and like how high it was. Okay, let's go to the next one. The fifth thing you can do in Gambia is learn Arabic. And in Gambia, they call it Dara. Roll the clip.
Hamza Alif, Hamza Wa, Hamza Ya, Fa, Kof, Wa, Kof Wa, Fa Wa.
It was also a manifestation again. I said that intention, and I happened to meet my Arabic teacher, like my Quran teacher, in the taxi, because he was like in a rush. I asked him like, where are you going? He said, I have to teach my students, I'm late. And then I asked him what he was teaching, and then he said Quran, Arabic. And then I was like, oh, I want to learn Arabic. Can I be your student? And then he said like, I will think about it. And I was like, what do you have to think about? And then he showed me his agenda, which was really full. And then I heard from very soon, and then he just gave me classes. And I happened to have classes with this super cute girl, Khadija, and she was so far already in the book. It's actually very good if you can learn from someone who's younger than you, because it motivates you. So if you want to learn from him, his school is Abu House Arabic and Dutch International Online School. Send me a message, and then yeah, we'll link you up. He teaches Quran, so it's like the Arabic of the Quran, which is different than normal Arabic, but he also teaches normal Arabic as well. And he has a very good method for it. He really likes repetition, so it really stays in your mind. I am not sure what his prices are today. I don't know what he charges for new people who come, but he is super responsive on WhatsApp. So you can always send him a message and ask him. So we have come to the last one. The last thing you can do in the Gambia is very simple, very chill, going to the movies. Roll the clip. I don't think everybody knows that you can go to the movies. I might be mistaken, but I spoke to some people who didn't know that you can go to the movies in Gambia. So the movies are actually located inside Q City, which is like a big building with lots of entertainment. They have a movie theater somewhere upstairs. They have movies, I believe, every weekend. So it's not a daily thing. They also do events, like when there's a big soccer match, they also host it there, and they have popcorn and things like that. So that's very cool. You can see which movie it is a few days in advance on their social media page. They have Instagram. So their Instagram is qcity_Gambia. And I see that they posted 7 hours ago that they have movies on the 21st, today actually, 21st of June, and the 22nd of June. They have actually 3 movies this weekend. They usually do some type of children's movie like they did now. I see SpongeBob. And then they did like 2 other movies. It's usually American movies. And when you go there, they also have like English subtitles as well. Oh, and I was gonna check the price. So the price is 200 dalasi. And let me check how much that is for y'all in euros. That's 2.43 euros. And it includes the popcorn. So you get the entrance to the movie and the popcorn for 200 dalasi. And you have a fun night. And the movie theater seems very professional. It's smaller than a normal theater, but very cozy, and they do really have those chairs, and it's a big screen. So it's very fun. That's already it, guys. Those are 6 things you can do in the Gambia as a tourist. I will make a part 2 because there's more things to do. If you haven't already, you can also watch this video where I tell you how I was treated when I came into the Gambia for the first time. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe. I'll be posting videos about Gambia, about Thailand, about the Netherlands. You know, I'll always be in the comment answering. And I love how much love you're sending me. And it makes me very happy to continue making these videos. I'll see you in the next one. Stay high. Bye.